Hey folks, this is Wistful Dale Hill, and tonight there's something I want to talk about and discuss you folks with about a story that's happened between me and my ex before. I still have plans for an AU tonight and everything, but since I got back from my social skills group, hang on a sec, let me adjust my camera. I'm super picky with this thing. Sorry about that. But anyway, I've been so the reason I'm even making this video here in the first place, right, is that I was at social skills and we were talking about this and that, and one of my friends called. One of my school friends from the past called and talked and whatnot and stuff, and it kind of brought up some memories and stuff, and I figured it's about time I go ahead and talk about my story with me and my ex-girlfriend who I am no longer with, and just an overall crazy adventure story here. There's still definitely an AU tonight, but I want to kind of get this not really off my chest since it's already off my chest, but I kind of want to express to you folks what happened and overall down the road or whatever. So anyway, um, getting to the main point here. So I used to be in a school where I was a student body officer from, okay? And I have been there for over 4 years now. I would say it's post high pretty much because of I don't know. It was a special needs kind of high school and whatnot, sort of about job skills and life and whatnot, pretty much yada yada. Um, Basically, just a life transition boost into adulthood, really, in a sense, for special needs and autistic folks. Anyway, um, so I met this certain girl here. Okay, I'm not gonna tell her name or anything, but we met up. We were in the same class and everything, and we talked. We talked for a bit. We eventually got to know each other, and soon we started to get a liking for each other. I was attracted to her because I don't know. She was a foot or so taller than me. Okay, I'm a goofy goober with chalk ticks and what chalk chicks and whatnot. Excuse me, chalk tall does whatever. Okay, big tall does whatever. In a sense, okay, I'm a sucker for tall women, pretty much. So we talked for a bit. We started to get along and everything. We got along well and everything. And we started to hit it off fine and everything. And so we got along. We did assignments and programs and stuff. Kind of helped each other out and stuff. And then we started, things were going very well, very smooth and everything. But then after 2 weeks, she wanted to move it up to the next level here because we were doing really good as friends and everything, only friends. And she wanted to boost that up to, the next level, the lovers, the romance, if you will, the 18 plus, in a sense, okay? And that was after just 2 weeks of first meeting her, and I politely declined and said no because here's the thing here, okay? So she has had red flags even beforehand, and this is stuff that I look back on, okay? So eventually, so I decided to say no to the next level because I felt like I need to at least meet her parents first before we continue along because I don't feel comfortable with meeting someone, especially if they're over their parents and everything. Okay, so she was 2 years younger than me. I'm 2 years older than her, and I still haven't met her parents to this day. Okay, I tried everything I could with her, and I still haven't met with her parents. I'm never gonna meet them again, and nor do I give a shit on that. Um, but she did meet my parents. Yeah. So legit. So pretty much getting back on track. So I said no to her on going to the next level because I haven't met her parents yet, and I felt like it would be more comfortable if I met her parents and whatnot, just so that they can get an idea of who I am and everything. And so things were going okay and everything. And then finally, after 4 or so months, 5 or whatever months later, my own mom got interested, and she was like, "Okay, who is she? Who is this woman here? What's going on here? Who are you dating?" So she met my mom and everything. She soon after met my dad, and things, were doing okay and everything or two. We would do at least a week based thing where we would go see a movie and then go out to eat or whatever and stuff and everything. And eventually, I started to talk with her about the future plans and future stuff that I wanted to kind of put in her minds, because I'm a deep thinker and I think ahead. And especially in a relationship stuff, I really think critically on, the world and everything or two. And whenever I would bring stuff up to her, she would always brush it off and say, just trust in God or this or that. She was very Mormon, just like the family and everything. They're very religious and they are very heavy on that stuff and everything. So she would keep saying, just trust in the Lord, trust in God, yada yada. Just kept brushing it off. Everything's gonna work out. And eventually I got frustrated with her because things can't just work out. I mean, sure they can, but you have to lay your cards right, You can't just throw your hands up to God like a genie and everything's gonna work fine. That's not how the world works that way. You have to have a map, you have to have a setup, you need to know what's gonna go on, what your plans are. If shit doesn't go the way you want it to, do you have a plan B, a plan C, whatever? You know what I mean? Thinking of stuff up ahead and what's ahead of the road and everything. And she would always brush it off. And plus, it would always mainly be me, or my side at least, that would do everything. I didn't have a license, so my mom would always take us somewhere and everything. And whenever I would try to get her to ask her mom to do it, she would either forget or her mom just wouldn't take us or whatever, or the siblings or whatever. It was always my side and everything. So pretty much, eventually, we kept going on these dates and everything, yada yada, and eventually it got to the point to where I started to get a worried turning point to where I was feeling like I was gonna do everything, and it's not like I would really left her even if I had to do everything, but I was kind of stressing on the fact that I felt like I'm gonna have to do everything. I felt like I was gonna not only learn how to play the rules of the game in this adult world, but also sit and show her how to play the rules of the game. When really I didn't want that, and I was willing to honestly do that for her. I'm not saying that as a weird thing or anything, but I was willing to show her, even if I hated doing that. Okay, so here's da 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 this and stuff and everything, and it just kind of stressed on me on that because I hate doing everything. I think it takes two to dance. And I didn't want to be the only one dancing in the sense doing it all. So eventually, it got to the point to where I started to stress and get worried, and then eventually some red flags started to show up. The first major red flag was when it was my first time being home alone at the house. Legit, that Christmas movie, Home Alone. Well, I was legit home alone, and it was only for 5 days. My parents were unsure of it, but they're like, okay, we'll give it a shot. They're only a couple hours away for only a few days, and after I told her about that, she literally called me a fucking coward. Not because of that she didn't like it or anything, but because it seemed like a baffling idea that I would separate from my family and stuff and everything. And look, I'm a family man, okay? I like to be heavily family. I like to, I respect my family very much. I'm to the T with my damn family, okay? I'm as much of a family boy as anyone can get. But you can't be with them forever, okay? Let's just be reality here. You can't be with them forever. And eventually, at some point, you're just going to have to come out of the nest. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is sometimes, right? So, and it was only just for a couple days. Like, we're talking 4 to 5 days. That's it. Not even a week, and she was very upset with me in that. She called me a coward, and she's crying and stuff and everything. And so eventually I was like, okay, whatever. So then it left me unsure at that time. So I called my friends. I called Red, Jake, James, Jix, whatever, James pretty much. And I talked to some of my other friends and everything, and they're looking at me kind of weird, like, what the hell? Why is she like that and everything? And after I, kind of stood up to my parents and everything, like, I got this, and whatnot. Eventually, they agreed to, like, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's just see. And after, and I told them a bunch of times, like, I still have friends so forth that I'm going to be in contact with, folks are going to know. I was letting my cards right with this and everything pretty much, I was letting some of my neighbors know. I was letting some of my other friends locally more know, pretty much. I was saying I have my phone on max, I still looked after the house and everything. I didn't go to work though, because it was kind of a first time thing and I didn't like that, but whatever. And I still looked after myself. Made sure everyone else kind of knew, in case some shit happened. And pretty much, I had my phone to max and everything, even at nighttime, even if I woke up to a notification, because you just never know, even if it's, a few hours away still, So I laid all my cards right and everything pretty much, and she did not like that at all. So that was a major red flag, one of the biggest. But this wasn't through anything that she ended up doing. So I was honestly willing to work with her with all of this and everything, but this fatal mistake that she made, I don't even think she's even learned, honestly, because she ended up cheating on me fully. So one day, we were still connected, but we were keeping distance and everything. She eventually calls me one day, and she says that she's gonna have to give some space because she was interested in another girl besides me. Now, I don't mind that she's bisexual. I really think she is, since she literally got interested in another one. I don't mind or care, that she's bisexual. I really don't. I'm cool with all, LGBT stuff, whatever. I'm cool with that. That's you do you. But the problem is here with this is that we had a set in stone thing together, you know, that I was hers and that she was mine. Now I don't mind her being interested in others, but there's a major difference between there's a major difference between, it's like looking over at someone and waving and actually doing the deed, not really the deed, but like, you get what I mean. It's like there's a difference between looking at a car, checking it out, and getting in the actual car and driving it, in a sense. I hope that's what it's out my analogy that was working, because that's what it was pretty much like and everything. We pretty much we had a set in stone thing here. Well, I was hers and that she was mine, that we're lovers and everything. And she pretty much took that away and said that she's not only lovers with another girl and everything, but the teachers, though, at our school had to point it out for her. And that's when she realized her dumb mistake, whatever. And she called me and said that she needs a break from me after I got a hold of her soon after and said, I think maybe we just need some space with each other. Because I was pretty much saying, just wait till you graduated, wait till, this and this and everything, and then we can push forward with this if we want to. But she called me and said that she needs a space and everything after I told her I need space. So eventually, I was like, okay, whatever. But then as I thought about it, the more pissed off I get and infuriated I get. Because this is 3 years of a timeline we're talking here. I know I'm making it sound like months here or whatever, up to a year, but this is 3 fucking years here we're talking about here. 3 years of this. And I was the one that was taking it slow. I was the one that was calling the shots. I was taking things real nice, real slow and everything. I was giving her my emotions, my heart, my worries and everything. I was giving her, this and that. I was giving her chocolates, mint chocolates that she loved. I was giving her freaking her favorite color jewelry and stuff and shit. I was giving her all kinds of stuff and everything. I was pouring my heart into her and everything. And when I confronted her eventually saying that she was the one that cheated on me and everything, she tried to make it seem like it was a 50-50 bullshit thing. Like I was in it too. Like I was the one that was doing shit too and everything. And that's when I really got mad at her. And I told her to you know, F off and stuff and everything. And eventually I just got done with it. And keep in mind, she's under her parents' guardianship here and everything her too. And I still haven't met her mom or parents or anything because and I tried with it too and everything. And I don't think her family was ever interested in me at all. I don't know what it was for whatever reason, but I felt like that was a major red flag. Like I said, by the time it hit 4 to 5 months, then my parents were eventually like, okay, what's going on here? Who is she? This is obviously more than a friend. Let's look into this. What are you looking at here? I want to see what you're looking at. And the fact that her parents didn't do that was a major red flag. It was a major red flag that I was mainly doing the driving in a sense and everything. And I still care about her in a sense. I still really want what's best for her. I still hope the very best for her. I really do. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I'm not gonna hold anything, because it's all in the past now. It really is. But it just frustrates me greatly and irritatingly that over 3 years of trying to work something together and trying to make something work and how it ended up not working. It just leaves me discouraged and overall mad. And so one of my friends here that called me earlier today and whatnot, as I talked with him, I just kind of brought it up. How's she doing? And he says, "Oh, me and her are all dating now." And I was just like whatever, I guess. The problem is with her, and this is how I honestly to God feel about it. She's too wishy washy all over the place, like just leaping all over the damn place, back and forth because she has to have a man pretty much. She's way too washy, way too all over the place when she doesn't take. And I get it with love, it's tricky that way and stuff, but the reason I was taking it slow in general with her and everything is that I'm an old school romance guy. Okay, I love old, I love old songs from the 20s to 30s, 40s, whatever, 50s. Okay, I'm an old soul compared to the new music, right? I love old romance stuff and everything. I love when things take it slow because it's so much more romantic to me to have an in-depth character of a duo working out their differences or just working together as a character development of two rather than their looks or bodies or whatever. I find that most attractive more than anything, even though don't get me wrong, looks on everything, but a body is a body. But in depth character to really get to know them and to understand them and those struggles and whatnot, that shit really gets me going. when you really understand someone. And that's why I was taking it so slow with her and trying to be gentle with her. And I really tried to work everything with her. I tried to show her, this and that and everything. I explained to her my theories, and she said, everything will just fall into place. Just trust in the Lord or whatever and stuff. And eventually it just got old, and eventually it just got to the point to, well, I finally said, okay, you know what? Let's just wait till you graduate, and then we'll just go from there. That's really it. I was having little faith in it because it was a slow dying candle, but I was still hopeful of that. And I was like, let's just wait till you graduate, then I can finally meet your damn parents, and we'll just see from there. But no, she had to turn around for me and cheat on me or whatever and stuff, and then I finally just put the nail in the coffin because like I said, I've done this for 3 years now. I've given her everything. I tried everything I could now, and it's just like my hands are fucking tied. I'm held hostage here. I can't do anything else. I've tried to work with her. I tried everything I could. I still wish the best for her. I really do, like I said, but it's just over with. It's just done. I don't have a reason to go back to my old school and everything, and I just don't have a reason to just talk with her anymore. Even just as a back to a friendship thing, I don't even really want to do because I feel like she's just gonna crave those days of when we were lovers, and I do too in a sense, but I don't know. It just it just leaves me disappointed. I used to be mad, but now I'm just disappointed because she is a nice girl. She really is. She really is bright, but she's just too young for this world. She's like Charlie in Has-Been Hotel in a sense, or is kind of a lot like Charlie. She has potential and everything, or whatever, but she just doesn't really understand how the world really works yet. I guess I don't either in some sense, but with me, I don't know. Maybe I'm too much an observer or deep thinker or whatever, but yeah, I really tried, but even slow ships can crash, I guess. So yeah, that is pretty much the summary and story of my first ever girlfriend and my first breakup. I'm the one that called her and decided to call her out and everything. And then I decided finally just to put the nail in the coffin, the place in the world to fade away of relationship, and just done with it. I'm still open to a relationship in a sense, but right now I got bigger fish to fry. I got bigger game to look after than an actual love interest. I got more things to worry about anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much my tangent and rant about my girlfriend and everything. Like I said, I'm not gonna throw her name in or anything like that. Um, if you ever find her or whatever, if it so happens, I don't think it's going to because she's completely offline. She doesn't have her own phone or computer or anything, yada yada, whatever. But if you just so happen to meet her or come across her or whatever, don't harass her or poke at her or tell her she's a bitch or anything, even though she did wrong and she's no wrong. I just ask if you ever find her or whatever, come in contact with her, don't point finger at her or whatever, okay? I'm the one that gave her the blow, and yeah, that's all she really needs. She doesn't need you guys folks to come in, even though I don't think you folks are even gonna find her, like I said. But yeah, that's just if you so happen to see her or whatever. So yeah, that is pretty much it. My tangent and for my breakup and everything. And that's pretty much it. There's definitely going to be an AU coming here very soon in a bit here. I just wanted to get this off my chest and talk about my first girlfriend and everything and explain to you folks what happened. And I hope you folks enjoyed listening to my shitty, sad, sad story. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video here, folks. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe for more. And I'll see you all sooner or later. Bye bye, everyone.